Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about a mod pack I had created as well as a public server that you can join. There are a lot of different pieces to the mod pack that not many players may know about. Before we get started, a link to the mod pack and the Discord server that uses this mod pack will be linked in the description. With that out of the way, let's get started. We are going to start with the first thing you will see when loading into your world, the classes. The first screen will just be one choice, so we'll just pick the select button right here. Now we can choose our class. Each class has a small but effective buff in different areas. For example, the merchant class. You will never run out of villager trades, and wandering traders have a chance to offer you a rarer item. Choose your class wisely, as you might not be able to change it for a while. All the different classes will be on screen and cycled through now. In order to fight in this mod pack, you need to enable combat mode. If you are creating your own world, you can still use normal Minecraft combat. However, if you are playing with the game rule that disables damage for vanilla combat, you will need to enter combat mode. The default button is R, but you can change this in the options menu. You have 4 different types of attacks: normal, sprinting, critting, and special. The normal attack will be a normal swing. You are able to do multiple swings in a row. The sprinting attack will be faster, but more precise. The critical attack will do 1.5 times the damage, but take the new stamina feature, which we'll get to later. The special attack will be a powerful attack, but you need to use it wisely. These attacks can only be unleashed if you meet the requirement. Most of these weapons will require you to hit the opponent enough times in order to unlock it. When the attack is available, hold down your attack button to use it. There are many new weapons added to this mod pack, lots of them having their own animations and attacks. Each weapon has its own style of special attacks. A sword will give you a type of spin attack. A long sword will put the player into a guard stance that will allow them to block attacks for a limited amount of time, but disable their ability to sprint. The Tachi will have a type of combo attack, allowing players to quickly repeat attacks. These are just some of the new attacks. However, the next big thing is stamina. Stamina is a new system that is fairly simple. You will lose stamina if you block, crit, or dodge, which we'll get into later. If you run out of stamina, you won't be able to perform crits, nor be able to dodge. If you are attempting to block an attack, you will be heavily stunned in place for nearly 2 whole seconds. It is by far the most important feature of the mod pack. You can also dual-wield different types of weapons, allowing new animations and different attacks. Combat forms are a little complicated, so I'll try and make it simple. These are items that you will have that allow the player to use a new movement method. You'll need to go into your settings to set your keybinds, but after that, you can use these forms. Although they're low damage, these forms allow the player to have incredible agility, and the basic form will always stay with the player even after death. There are 5 forms: Basic, Swift, Power, Wither, and Ender. All these can be crafted in a new device added to the pack. These forms also can get powers that can be activated. However, most of these are a little broken and don't work properly. I personally would recommend not using them for your own survivability. These forms are great with fast-paced attacks while keeping the player moving. Although they cannot be enchanted, they have no durability, meaning that you can keep swinging until you die. The skill tree is a new feature for in-game progression. You can get levels for the tree by using your XP. Be warned, the max that you can do is 85 levels. You can choose to solely go for one class and be very useful in that specific area, or have multiple skills in different places to have multiple skills or advantages. Matching these skills with your class can really help you in your time playing. Some of these skills add new recipes for different things, like a potion that has multiple effects. Others giving buffs in different areas, like more armor and more protection. You can also level up the skill tree by obtaining a scroll that will give you 1 free level. You can also get a scroll that will reset your skill tree, but sadly take 20% of your already gained levels in the tree. This is a mod that does many different things, all of which I will go over as simple as I can, starting with item rarity. These are items that can either be found in structures, dropped by mobs, or simply applied by the player. These give your items buffs such as faster break speed for a pickaxe, more damage for a weapon, and much more. The higher the rarity, the better the item. From giving a little more mining speed to mining an 8x8 area with only 30% of the durability being lost. Mob spawners are also now obtainable with a Silk Touch pickaxe. You can also obtain spawn eggs using the new Capture enchantment, which will still be a very rare drop by mobs, but will at least now be possible. Enchanting has now been changed too. Don't freak out, it's fairly simple. There are new bookshelves added. If it gives you higher numbers in areas, it's better than the others. As simple as that. Finally, there are new resources you will find a lot in your world called gems. These are able to be applied to its corresponding gear and give small buffs, but make sure you have a slot before trying to apply them. These gems can be applied in the smithing table. I already gave the basic example, but there is a little more that I should go in depth about. Starting off with the unenchanting table. This table will take enchantments off of items and put it onto books. This includes curses too. Then there are the enchanting infusers. There are 2 levels of this. Level 1 will allow you to put any enchantment on your item. However, you will need to meet the required bookshelves in order to use some of the enchantments. The basic table will only allow you to apply enchantments. The advanced infuser will allow you to take them back. Know that this will only apply to enchantments that are found on the enchantment table. Things like Soul Speed, Frostwalker, Mending, and many more will not be able to be obtained by the infuser. Even if you have a treasure shelf, which I won't go into right now. Before I continue, I would like to say that some of these things in this video are explained in-game. Each player spawns with a set of books that will assist the player. Each player spawns with a set of books that will each assist a player. Some of these will need to be crafted, however. I wouldn't recommend losing these books as you might not like the pricing to get one back. Skill books are a new feature added by the Epic Fight mod. These allow players to grow stronger in combat. There are 7 slots for these skills. There's the dodge skill, 3 slots for passive skills, a guard skill, a movement skill, and an identity skill. Dodge skills are one of the most useful skills. These allow you to evade incoming attacks from opponents to avoid damage. However, it does take stamina. You can see how much stamina based on what the book says. There are also offensive dodge skills, such as this one, which might not do a lot of damage, but can easily set the opponent on their back foot. Or this one, where you can kick the opponent and stun them momentarily. Passive skills are simple yet powerful, from simply giving you an attack speed boost to allowing you to meditate to gain power effects while in combat. To allowing you to meditate to gain potion effects while in combat. You can have 3 of these skills at once, allowing you to create builds for how you want to play. Guard skills are fairly interesting. These allow the player to block incoming attacks. Shield or no shield, you are able to defend from enemy attacks with almost every weapon. This is a good point to say certain skills need other skills first before they can be used. For example, you will need the guard skill first before you can use any of the other guard skills. Some of these guard skills can be used to turn the tide of battle, like counterattack, which if timed correctly, will allow the player to block and then hit the enemy. Movement skills are where the real fun begins. From a simple double jump to flying around on a sword. These will help you traverse your world, but be warned, many of these skills take a lot of stamina, so use them wisely. Identity skills probably have the biggest learning curve, but are by far the strongest of the skills. From being able to slam into the ground, to becoming temporarily invincible, to gaining a powerful attack, these skills are what make or break your game. But you'll need to make sure to use them right. When you die, the respawn screen will not pop up. Instead, you will be downed and be able to be revived. When downed, players can either finish you off, or if you type the command, you can just give up. If the timer is up, you will simply die. You are still able to attack while downed, and to be completely honest, I don't know how to fix this, but it hopefully will be fixed in a later version of the server. There are still many things to go over, but most of them are explained within the mod pack, so I won't dive too deep into them. I now want to talk about the server. so players know what they're getting themselves into if they would like to join. Challengers are a mini-boss that will ping the whole server on their location. These are opponents that are strong, but will drop good rewards if defeated. From an armor set and a new weapon to diamonds and new resources. And even magic from time to time. Each one will have a theme. Some will be fast but low damage and low defense. Others may be super strong but really slow. Use the challenger's disadvantages as your battle in your favor. Side note, these guys are just me equipped with different gear and different weapons in the server. Major challengers are the toughest of all challengers. They are super strong and have multiple strengths. These warriors will drop incredibly good gear and lots of it too. However, they are much stronger and have many different abilities, skills, magic, special gear, and useful item drops. These challengers will use everything they can to defeat every player nearby. There are some rules that I have set for these challengers, so I'll go over a few of them now. No targeting players who are down unless all nearby players have been downed. Challengers are not allowed to break blocks unless there's no other option. Challengers are always themed. One that is fast may not be able to take a lot of hits. One that is strong may be really slow. There's always an advantage and a disadvantage when it comes to these characters. By creating a shrine, you can create offerings in a chest and get items in return. If you request certain items, it will cost more, but for random items, it will cost much less. As of right now, there are two tiers, shrines and churches. Churches are tier 2, which will allow better trades for cheaper prices. These are trades with me for different items. These will be logical, so don't expect to trade wood for diamonds or dirt for golden apples. Expect something like diamonds for a diamond weapon, or cobblestone for some stone bricks, weapons for materials, and so on and so forth. These are massive server-wide events that allow players to obtain massive amounts of rewards with very different circumstances. This will test players' abilities to work together or even against each other. It's their choice on which one they want to choose. All players will have the option to participate. Sometimes it will involve teamwork, other times it will involve a fight to the death, and sometimes it could be something completely different. However, no matter the event, it is optional to work with players that are there or go against them to claim the rewards for yourself. Thank you all for watching, and hey, if you want to join the server, there will be a link in the description to a Discord server. If you just want to try the mod pack out, that's just fine, there's a link down there in the description as well. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.